going to the game?
No.
No, OK. Well, you can watch it. Well, not on us, but anyway, someone will have it. It is great to have your company, and it was pretty good viewing if you're a Brisbane Lions supporter. How are you guys?
Very good, very good.
All right, well, it's all happening at the Brunswick Street Oval, the spiritual home of the Lions, if you go back to the Fitzroy days. And Lordo, we've got two very, very special guests standing by I want you to introduce us to, including one of the great grand final stories of all time.
It is, TJ. It's the Premiership captains that have been good enough to join us this morning. So congratulations, Harris Andrews and Lachie Neale. Just want to say congratulations and how you're both feeling this morning. You must be on top of the world.
Yeah, thanks, Lloydie. It was an amazing day yesterday. So proud of the group. Unbelievable effort against an amazing side in the Cats to win the way we did. So, yeah, feeling pretty good this morning. There's a few rough lids getting around, but that's all part of it, and I'm probably one of them. But, yeah, feeling pretty good today.
Lachie, take us through your last 2 weeks, because you're in a hyperbaric chamber. You come on yesterday. You probably didn't know whether the calf was going to stand up, but 7 clearances, the second most on the ground. Fantastic stuff. Take us through what it took for you to play a grand final yesterday.
Yeah, a lot of time in recovery centres in Brisbane, and also with the rehab staff at the footy club, and not much time at home with my wife and 2 kids. So I'm looking forward to getting back home and spending some time with them. I know my wife will be glad that I'll spend a bit more time there and help look after the kids. So, yeah, it was a good few weeks. I think for me, the big thing was the rehab staff of the club just backed me in and put a great program together to allow me to get up for the grand final.
Look, there was so much drama around your own involvement. I know you want to talk about team, but now you've got through and it's been a success and you've added a second flag to yourself and the team. Can you just take us through the specifics of the decision to play and the plan around you being the sub? Because there was a lot of dismay from great players who've played the game previously, wondering why that was you were starting as the sub, and the plan to come on at half-time. Just take us through all that, please.
Yeah, well, I think, first of all, I'd only played 3 quarters in 8 weeks. So Fags grabbed me on Monday and just said, how would you feel if I started you as a sub? We haven't made a decision yet, but that's an option. And, yeah, very open to it. I was just very glad that him and the coaching staff were going to give me an opportunity to prove myself and my fitness. And the calf felt really good, but it was more about match fitness, I think, and heading into a grand final, not having played much footy. It was a pretty good call in the end, and it worked out really well. And yeah, we spoke through the week, and Fags decided on Thursday that we're gonna use you as a sub, and reassured me that if things sort of got out of hand early, that he would put me on, and if the game was in the balance, sort of halfway through the game like it was, that he'd insert me. So yeah, the plan worked out well, but it wasn't just me. I think, like you said, I don't want to make it all about me. The boys were amazing in that second half. Even the first half, the Cats sort of threw everything at us, and the way we responded was unbelievable. I was sitting there like a cheerleader in the first half, and our pressure was so good. Our tackling was unreal, and yeah, I was lucky enough to come on fresh and sort of take advantage of that.
Well, the bloke leaning over your shoulder was unbelievably impressive, especially in that first half. Harris, well done, mate. That back 6, you guys performed so well and held up, and it did come off the back of the midfield pressure, helping those jack balls for you guys to intercept.
Yeah, it certainly did. The boys up the field were unbelievable with their pressure, and I thought our forwards did a great job as well, making it hard for them to move the ball out the fat side of the ground. So, yeah, it allowed us as backs to really set up well and win the ball back in our front half, which we've tried to do all year. So, yeah, it was a credit to them.
A couple of big roles. Starcevic on Dangerfield, shut him out after Danger's big week in the prelim.
Yeah, it was. We set Stars for that role. He's a big ball, and we knew Paddy's going to be a big ball as well. So it was great to see those two going head-to-head. Stars is an unbelievable defender, and really appreciate the work he does. So, yeah, it was a big matchup. We obviously knew that Pat had played so well the week before, and he was going to be a big factor. So the fact that Stars did a job was really impressive.
Harris, I mean, the day is obviously not foreign to you, but there was a real calmness about the Brisbane Lions from what we could see here. I mean, we saw you here on Thursday night for the My Room Telethon, whether it was, you know, strolling around the corridors there at the Pullman or whatever. There seemed to be a real calmness about the Lions. Was that one of the key factors, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. Honestly, you sort of probably did a bit of reflecting after 2023, talking about the week, and you know, you work so hard to try and get yourself to grand final week, and then I felt personally in 23 that I didn't let myself enjoy it. I was really tense and really worried about the game, and you know, after last year sort of thing, it's a great week to be a part of, and I think you just got to embrace it and recognise that it's different to every other week during the season. So I just implored all my teammates and myself as well to really just buy into the week and everything that comes with it. And it's funny how you know, it seems to work out and you play really well when you're a little bit calm and just enjoying yourself.
Lachie, what are we witnessing with Will Ashcroft? In the system only for 3 years, a two-time Norm Smith medalist. He's also missed a full season with a knee reconstruction and has played only 58 games of footy. Can you just take us through what you've observed in his short time in the game?
Oh, he's a freak. He's built for those moments. He's built for finals footy. The way he works on his craft is unbelievable. He spends so much time with his touch, working with Brucey, our midfield coach, on his role. And yeah, he's turned into one of our most important players. He's an absolute star, and I can't wait to see what he does over the next 5 or 6 years. He's unbelievable. We're very lucky to have him and his brother Levi.
Harris, you came on the show Thursday night and Matty Lloyd said you've been the player of the final so far, and again yesterday. Unbelievable. 18 disposals, took the most intercept marks on the ground. Were you surprised late in the last quarter that Bailey Smith wanted to have a bit of a push and shove and maybe a little bit of a conversation when you were so far in front?
It's all part of the theatre of the game, to be honest with you. You know, Bailey's a great competitor, and I really admire the way he goes about the game. So I'm not sure whether that got caught on camera or not, but
it did.
Yeah. No,
I reckon it did, mate.
I was enjoying myself out there. Probably a little bit more than Bailey, but yeah, it is what it is, and just get on with the job.
Hey, Lachie, it was 11 stoppage goals to 4, so it was a midfield mauling. Can you explain to us, as you know, you see the game better than anyone, how it unfolded, where you felt you broke them, because it was a massive part of the win?
Yeah, I think we learned a lot from last time. We gave them corridor access. We know how important the corridor is in these games, and I thought when we played them in that first final, we kept going backwards with the ball with our hands. So we were turned around and they were able to pressure us and get territory. So for us, real focus on forward footy, knocking the ball on, surge kick, surge handball, just turn them around, and we sort of found that our pressure allowed us to get territory and lock the ball in our front half or score. Like you said, 11 goals from stoppage. So yeah, it was a real turnaround from the first time we played them. I think the result would have been pretty much the complete opposite when we played them. They would have kicked a lot of goals from stoppage and we wouldn't have kicked many. So we learned our lessons, and yeah, the boys executed so well.
Harris, the special moments that you share as a coach and team after a winning grand final, what was it you said to Chris Fagan, the 64-year-old coach now who's won 2 premierships, he's got you to 3 consecutive grand finals and 7 years of finals in a row for the Lions. You've been through that journey with him, you've lived the awkward years, you're now celebrating it in a dynasty conversation. What were you saying to him last night?
Oh, I think I was just being really appreciative of everything he's done for the footy club. He got to the club when the club was on its knees a bit, and the way he came in, embraced the people that were here, and really tried to improve the environment and the culture. He's done an unbelievable job over the last few years to continually evolve his coaching. He's always looking to improve, which for us as players, you know, when your coach is looking to get better as a coach, that's just inspiring as players. And yeah, I've really admired the way he's gone about it. Obviously, you know, to win 2 premierships as a coach is awesome. But he's just the same guy that he was when he turned up, you know, 8 or 9 years ago. And yeah, I'm super pumped for him and couldn't be prouder.
Hey, Lachie, just on Chris Fagan, we've had many debates on this on the Footy Classified desk about the strategic side of Chris Fagan, and there was a knock on him 3 years ago. So you spoke about the evolution of Chris. Have you seen him improve strategically, or it's always been there with Chris?
I think it's always been there. I think he has improved in it for sure, but it's always been within him. I think I've found over the last sort of 3 or 4 years, he's probably been a little bit more open to ideas from assistant coaches to change things mid-quarter, quarter time, half time with our structures. And to credit to him, he's opened up that side of his game as a coach and really evolved. And yeah, I think he's the best coach in it. He's such a good relationship guy, and yeah, I don't think his strategic stuff has got enough credit over the last couple of years.
reflecting back on this year, like how tough has it been to go back to back?
Yeah, it's definitely a challenge. I think, when you win a premiership, everyone's coming for your head, and we knew that coming into this year, that teams would get themselves up. We were in the exact same position in years gone by when we weren't the premiers. Every time we get an opportunity against the reigning premiers, we'd try and knock them off. And, we had a really tough draw. We had a lot of injuries, a lot of adversity in that sense. And I'm just most proud probably about the resilience shown by the group. At no point during the season, we obviously had fluctuations in our form, but at no point in the season did we sort of give up and think this is all too hard. I think the development shown by a lot of the younger guys and the opportunity for those guys to come in and play really well and important footy for us is awesome. I think we might have had eight guys under 22 or 23 yesterday, which is, obviously bodes well for the future. But those guys are playing unbelievable football, great teamwork. And, I'm just really proud of the adversity that we've worked through this year and the resilience shown.
Guys, you've been very, very generous with your time this morning. We genuinely appreciate that, as we do the great football that you put on yesterday. Not so good for Geelong supporters watching, but what's on for the rest of the day? Obviously, there's plenty of fans there that we're holding you up from meeting and greeting. Off to the airport, then home. So what's the week hold?
Yeah, I think we go out to Springfield to Brighton Homes Arena. The girls are playing today, so we'll head out there and hopefully they get a win and we celebrate with them, and the fans will come out there and get presented out there tonight as well. So big day today, but we love it. We can't thank our fans enough for the support they've shown, not only this week but the whole year. The last 5 or 6 years that I've been at the club, the support's been unreal. So looking forward to today. And then, I don't actually know what we got after that, but it should be a good few days. Yeah,
terrific stuff. All right, well, congratulations again. And as I said, we do appreciate the time you've given us this morning.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Well, the big names keep on coming on the Sunday Footy Show.
You can see I think the key to any team is your senior core players, to anything. So as good as a coaching staff will be, you look at the great Hawthorn sides and you'll just go, obviously they had Mitchell and they had Hodge and they had Rufford and they had Franklin, and like any team, Richmond.
You need good leaders, don't you?
Yeah, leaders. And look at those two. How good are those two? Very different in personalities.
Yeah.
Outstanding captain.
The other thing you need is some young fellas that perform too. And they touched on Will Ashcroft before. For me, it had shades of Andrew McLeod. Andrew McLeod won 2 Norm Smiths, obviously, in his early years. History rhymes is what we said the other day. And Andrew McLeod just happened to be the chair. But his game, again, was unbelievable, Damo, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really was. I mean, it's just extraordinary when you just sit for a minute and ponder this. 58 games is all he's played. That was game number 58 yesterday. He's been in the system 3 years. He missed the 2023 grand final, which they lost by a kick because of a knee reconstruction that kept him out for more than 12 months. And the past 2 grand finals he's played, on top of those 2 grand finals, he's played big matches in big moments in this year's final series.
And the boys touched on it. The work he does behind the scenes, his touch work, he's so diligent with it all, Lotto. It's no reason why he doesn't fumble at all when he's on ground like that and performs in big games.
And I'll tell you, the one thing I took out of that interview, he said there was about 8 players under the age of 23. Yeah. That is scary for the rest of the competition.
There were some big moments and it all happened late in the third quarter. I thought Brisbane really came to the game with some aggression, and I thought Geelong, this is the first I've seen them get opened up and get a bit jittery. So let's go through some of the big moments of that third term. So this is the start. This is being pushed off the football far too easily. So they start. This is what they did. They were big, they're strong through the midfield, and they used it to their advantage. So that was the first one. Then you've got this. You've got Tyson Stengel. That's not good enough in a grand final. Gets away with it though. They get the football back, and they had opportunities here, the Cats. Have a look at this. Mark Blixhouse, big decision to make. You got 2 players out. You need to be able to hit this. You wouldn't want to play in the forward line with kicks coming in like that. I know Shannon Neale was behind, but they had to do better. The game is still on line. Look how clean Brisbane are under heat. This cleanness got them a grand final. Bang, bang, bang. They get it to Bruce Reville, and then that allows Charlie Cameron the one-on-one space that he hasn't had a lot this year, and he takes that mark, and all of a sudden they're away. Again, the cleanness from Brisbane in the heat of a grand final. Bang, quick out, and they go high. Now, I'm going to pause it right here. You've got Bowes who goes to the side, he goes to the front, and then Guthrie, if you're going to spoil it as a defender, you've got to spoil it a long way away from that. And then Bowes, you give him 5 metres, that's what happens. Charlie Cameron, all of a sudden, the game is slipping away. And then Bailey Smith, this is the one you've got to take. I reckon you've got to take this with your hands, take the tackle, give the handball off. This next one, I just think this is a bad bounce. So nothing there. That was a bad bounce. But he had to take the football, give it off. Lachie Neale kicks the goal. goal, and the game is just about over at three-quarter time.
Yeah, well done, Brownie. And I thought, just on the cleanness side of it, I thought they were fumbly early, Brisbane. I thought there was 4 or 5 times they fumbled, but once they settled into the game, they were the better side. But Harris Andrews touched on the youth of Brisbane and where it's scary, particularly when you've also got Draper and Oscar Allen and a youngster coming in. But look at that, Damo. It's a fantastic situation they're in.
I mean, look at the names on there already. They're already like established names.
Double premiership
Stars.
players already.
Yeah.
And to just, again, remind people that they went into this year without Joe Danaher as part of their mix. They never got access properly to Kadeem Coleman again. They lost their centre-half back out of last year's premiership in Jack Payne. And Lick McCarthy hasn't had a look in, unfortunately, for him in either of those grand finals. But the youth on that page, it's scary as to where this club is going to get to, given they've now won 2 in a row.
It is. All those midfielders are going to be spoken about, like the McCluggage 4 goals and what Will Ashcroft did. But I think that's the defensive side of it that shouldn't be forgotten. So we just spoke about Harris Andrews. His ability to read the play is up there with anybody that I've ever seen play the game. Like, I'm talking right up there with the best readers in the game's history, so he's a star. But let's not forget the role of Darcy Gardner. So everyone's going to speak about Cameron breaking his arm and fracturing his arm. He could not get a touch on him in the first final when they moved him at quarter time, and he just couldn't get him. So he just positions himself like that every time. And Jeremy Cameron is not a strong contested mark, so Cameron gets him in a position where he can't mark the footy. And then you got Dayne Zorko, who has become one of the great players of our game and a lethal leg. So between he and Jasper Fletcher and Darcy Wilmot, they are just relentless in that. So I just thought they kept Geelong to 6 goals to three-quarter time. There was junk goals to Dempsey when the heat went out of the game. But the defensive mix is sensational at the Brisbane Lions.
Some of the kicks from Geelong were just sky high, though.
Yeah.
It gave Harris Andrews just a genuine great look at it, didn't it?
Yeah, I agree, Rory. And they tried after half-time to pierce little passes, but then the damn wall broke.
Is he in the Ranson Scarlett category now, Harris Andrews?
Yeah, I think he deserves to be.
Absolutely. Yep, 100%, Damo. Oh, I think he is. He was brilliant yesterday. And as you said, best final series. I don't know who won the Gary Ayres medal, but it'd be hard to go past him.
Yeah, he was, as I said, I reckon he was in their best 3 players, 4 straight games.
Oscar McInerney last year, he was the hard luck story, but yesterday he was back, and with him and Darcy Fort as the 1-2 combination, I thought Fort played an amazing game yesterday, just pushing the ball forward, getting small kicks and getting it out of the area. But it was great to see Oscar McInerney get his opportunity on the big stage, and he didn't let them down either. The work that they did against a side like Geelong, who had really good players around the footy, their clearance work was outstanding, and the Big O got the job done.
Lordo spoke about the way that Brisbane Lions defended. I want to speak to you about how Brisbane Lions moved the ball against Geelong, because they were pretty flawless in how you want to attack Geelong. And this is them from the D50. Against Geelong, you can see Geelong is sagging off. They want to play a zone-like defence. And what you want, you need to lower your eyes against Geelong. You need to hit up on these targets. And then once you pop the bubble, we call that middle part of the defence a bubble, then you can go long and hard. And you need contests from your forwards against Geelong. Geelong is so good at intercept marks. You need to bring the ball to ground. And that's why Charlie Cameron had a day out, and while he was one of the best. Now, where they expose them to, where they got done last time. This is, it could be Hugh McCluggage or Zach Bailey came up in a stoppage. Geelong didn't man them up at all. They were happy to sit off, and this just gave Brisbane far too good a look around stoppages. Again, you got Zach Bailey here all on his own. I love this move from the Lions. Bring him up into the stoppage, and then what we want you to do, we want you to reset hard. You know you can't bomb the ball just now because Geelong are going to have outnumbers. So use your legs, run and carry. And this is what makes their young guns so good, Lordo. You got Logan Morris there in his first grand final. Just saying, no, pump the brakes, guys.
Second,
grand final. You got DeConing back there. He's the spare at the moment. He knows he can't bomb away to Geelong's defence. He'll intercept market. Then he goes to Fletcher, another young fella who's just going to compose himself and go, hey, can I find one more? We don't want to bomb away yet. And then it goes to Ashcroft too. He goes, no, I'm not going to bomb this. I know how Geelong want to play. I want to find one more and see if I can find a hole in it. You got Hugh McCluggage here, just in a tiny gap, and that's all someone of Will Ashcroft's calibre needs to find Hugh McCluggage. Great finish. And this is the last one, and this is poor by Geelong. Geelong weren't anywhere near diligent enough with their stoppage work. You got Will Ashcroft spare, Bailey Smith trying to organise. They just didn't defend hard enough and didn't man up when it truly mattered, and they gave him far too good a look around stoppages.
Yeah, I tell you, he's come a long way from, what, episode 3 when you gave us the biological nuances of kangaroos.
Ranger Rory. Who knows? Ranger Rory could be back next year, TJ.
Yeah, right, OK. Hopefully not this year.
Just on that, it was, 4 goals to 1 from centre clearances and 6 goals to 1 from just throw-ins. So you're spot on. They nailed that area of the Brisbane Lions.
All right, the signing and the selfies continue at Brunswick Street Oval. As they got off the bus, though, only a few moments ago, our very own Jess Webster caught up with Ryan Lester.
Here I am with Ryan Lester. Ryan, here we are at Brunswick Street Oval. How special is this to be able to celebrate this with the fans?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. The first one was special and the second one's better.
Yeah, absolutely. Why is it better?
I mean, not every team can win a premiership, but even less can win too. So I feel very lucky to be a part of a special group. Yeah, young players that carry us. Yeah, it's amazing.
Chris Fagan just walked past the crowd as well. He's such a favourite for everyone, the fans, the players, everyone out there. Why is he such a great coach?
He believes in us and he backs us in, and I don't know, he sort of lets us play a little bit, and then obviously tactically he's a very good coach as well. So, but yeah, relationships is his strength. So yeah, amazing to see him be a two-time premiership coach is awesome.
Talk me through the performance yesterday. It was absolutely outstanding in that second half in particular. How did you turn the game around and get the job done?
Yeah, it was a real arm wrestle at half time, and then I don't know, we tried to play a bit more forward footy than the qualifying final. I think we handballed back a lot in the qualifying final and brought the pressure on ourselves. So credit goes to our midfield and our forward line. Got the ball forward and kept putting pressure on them, and then the goals started flowing, and yeah, it was the last 10 to 15 minutes of the grand final was yeah, something special.
Amazing. You're about to walk on stage with the Premiership Cup, but you got your little kids here with you. How are they handling the commotion?
Yeah, Romeo is 5, done 3 grand final parades and seen 2 premierships, so he's pretty lucky. Doesn't know any different at the moment, so yeah, it's very special to be able to play for as long as I have and be able to share that with my kids and family. Yeah, great memories. So.
Amazing. We'll go and soak this up. Enjoy.
No worries. Thank you.
Jess Webster there at the Brunswick Street Oval, and we'll be continuing to cross out there as the morning goes on before the players get back on the bus and head over to the airport. Lordo, I made mention at the top of the show there was one selection decision that probably backfired for Geelong.
Yeah, I have a theory that you don't try anything in finals that you haven't tried at all throughout the season. You just don't do it. And one of it was Wizard Watson in the prelim. Like, he played backline when he's never played there before. But when they brought in Reece Stanley, like Mark Blicavs has been dominant in the first 2 finals in the ruck, and he's a unique ruckman because he's like a ruck rover, the way he gets back on the ball. What they did, in my opinion, wrong was when Mark Blicavs and Reece Stanley weren't rucking, they played forward line. And I have not seen Mark Blicavs or Reece Stanley play as a permanent forward at all throughout the season. So both of them had no idea how to play in the forward line, yet they're down there working with Shannon Neale and they're working with Jeremy Cameron and all the smalls when they have not been there for 1 second throughout the year. So I just think by bringing in Reece Stanley, that threw out what has been a major weapon in the final series, or bring him in but play Mark Blicavs back in the back line. When he's resting, not as a resting forward.
Were they too conscious of Harris Andrews in that whole process of bringing Stanley back and moving Blicavs?
But it was still Shannon Neale who picked him up. So fair enough if you've got Blicavs or Reece trying to get to Harris, to upset Harris, to free up Shannon Neale, but that didn't happen either, so I'm not sure.
As you said, though, you lose an absolute weapon in Blicavs. His ability to follow up, hit the ground ball and pressure too. We saw last week, his pressure was enormous, and that's something that Geelong lacked massively.
And got smashed at the clearances without him there permanently.
Chris Scott went down a certain path post-match. We'll throw to it now. I'll get your opinions on it after we do. It was typical Chris Scott, threw something out there, then didn't really want to engage with it.
You know, without going into detail, and I won't go into detail, there are a lot of things known and unknown that were really challenging for us this year. And to be perfectly frank, there were times where it just seemed unlikely that we would be able to overcome those obstacles to give ourselves a chance today. So because of that, but even without those things, I'd still be really proud of in the way our club and our players in particular just keep fronting up.
the Donald Rumsfeld known and unknowns TJ as part of it. Look, I get it, and I love listening to Chris Scott, but I just don't know whether that was the right forum for throwing that stuff out there, but then choosing to not get specific with what it was. And
yeah, and you'd be naive to think that you weren't going to be asked to expand on that, which I think he was, and he didn't.
Yeah, and again, he's got every right to it. I imagine there's probably a Jack Henry foot problem, as part of that. We may not know, but Dangerfield might have been carrying something. He wasn't at his best yesterday. Every club's got those types of stories. I have no issue with it, but I think if you're going to volunteer it and then not get specific with it, I think you do leave yourself open a little bit. But I absolutely understand it, and I'm absolutely in Chris Scott's camp, as you know.
Yeah,
but
well, I was just going to say, we're not kicking a bloke while he's down because his record speaks for itself, doesn't it?
It does, but I'd also say that I love that Chris Fagan pulled the trigger, 5 goals, 6 apiece at half-time, and he said, Lachie Neale, you're coming in. But why did Jack Martin sit there for so long, and why did Jeremy Cameron play with a fractured arm? So I think Jack Martin had to be injected when the game was on the line and take off an injured player or take off someone else.
Well, the game was in the balance up till the end of the third.
It was.
So there might not have been any reason to bring him on.
No, but how was Jeremy going?
Yeah, he was struggling. Clearly, when you're tackling with one arm, you're not in a good way. It's good a tackle as it was, but...
Yeah, but I think they could sense that the game was getting away from them despite where the scoreboard...
And just on the Lachie Neale sub-story, I want to give a shout-out to Tom Morris, our chief footy reporter on 9 News, who called that very early in the piece on Friday morning. So it was a good call. It was a good call, and it proved to be spot on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great call. No, I would not have done it. It was funny. I'm happy to be proven wrong, but there's no way in the world I would have done it. I thought he was going to pop his calf at the start of the third, and look how it panned out.
They know their players better than we do, don't they?
Absolutely.
The biggest talking point leading into yesterday's game was Snoop Dogg, OK? During his performance, it was the biggest talking point. And even on the back of the premiership by Brisbane, it's still a talking point. I want to get your views on it. I was a vehement opponent of this. It was nowhere near as bad as I thought it was going to be. Look, I'm of a vintage where I don't get it, and it didn't do a whole lot for me, but good on the AFL for having a crack. You can't be all things to all people, but I would give it just a pass mark.
But who else would you expect to be on there?
Oh, you can get anyone.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
Snoop's pretty big.
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm saying that's just my opinion.
I think as an entertainer, it'd be much easier to do with a Twilight or a night grand final. I reckon you could heighten this to another, or grow it to another level with the Twilight grand final.
You know what I love? The fact that he gave everything as soon as he landed in Australia. Like, you see some people come in and they don't want to give anything. He gave every interview. He was up and about at every interview. I think the AFL got their money's worth.
Hang on. He didn't give every interview. There was a sanitised media conference on the Friday.
But whenever you saw Snoop, he was happy and he was giving a lot.
Well, he's probably getting paid for it too.
Yeah.
But, all right, but what I'm saying is you can't have a media conference where the media can't ask questions. So he didn't do every media interview.
Oh, well, it's not all about asking him every question under the sun, is it? He came out here, he did a good job, and that's it.
Yeah, and my opinion was it's not my cup of tea. That's all I said. But you've given it a pass mark.
Well, I didn't get into it either. I don't mind Snoop Dogg, but I think that being at every grand final, I don't think the crowd was into it like they were for Katy Perry or a Lionel Richie. But I think it's been given a tick from most people. Looking around, I didn't see people getting into it like I've seen previous.
So you're right with that opinion?
Absolutely.
Yeah, of course you are. Damo?
Look, I was transitioning, TJ, from an outside broadcast into the ground, so I'd be wrong to actually offer an opinion. I love that last song, What's My Name? But, I only heard that as I was walking in.
Yeah, how's it go?
I'm not singing it.
All righty, that almost caught our ear, but what caught our eye?
Well, I'll start at TJ. I got sent something during the week, Brownie, which I think will interest this panel. One of us was out there selling himself, and I refer to that middle item there of the three. Meet AFL legend Matthew Lloyd and upcoming footy stars at our handball competition. Now, there might be some IP issues with this, TJ, but the same person who sent me that link also sent me the follow-up to the actual handball competition itself. And look, I had a few issues last year at a sounding board outside broadcast where not a lot of people attended. I admit that, and you keep reminding me, TJ, but you could have shot a cannon through this presentation and not hit anyone.
Oh, that is harsh.
Where are they, Lordo?
No one turned up, Lordo.
I'm just good. I get to places early. That is a fine start.
Where are they, Lordo?
Why are you using our handball target?
That was just the one that the Rialto had set up themselves.
Oh, Cricket's Lloyd.
I was there for the Rialto.
That was a half an hour in.
Cricket's Lloyd.
Now, look, it hasn't been a good year for you, Lordo, I must admit there. I mean, you struggled to pull a crowd. And remember we saw the Premiership reunion and Gerard Whateley, our good friend, went through just about every player except you. And it turned out, as Gerard told us, that Essendon had put out a running sheet and had actually left you off it. So that was bad, right? So, I mean, that hurt us as your friends and your colleagues here. But I saw something else that really hurt me. And I feel for you, Nathan. This was a Triple M media release, breathlessly talking about their lineup for the finals. James Brayshaw, Jason Dunstall, Brian Taylor, Kate McCarthy, Dale Thomas, Mark Howard, Xavier Ellis, Bernie Vince, Isaac Smith and Nat Unides.
He's seen this for the first time now, hasn't he?
Yeah. None of them called the grand final, did they? And called it really well, too.
Did you?
I nailed it yesterday.
Well, you must have been filling in for a few people because why would they not include you?
I'm not sure, Tone.
You
Why
know
have
it,
you been
TJ.
the second newsreader for 30 years? Who knows?
Do you reckon TJ's doctored that?
No, he didn't.
I've got no idea. I don't care. I had a great day yesterday.
What are you
Snoop was good and I had a great day.
Now, you're known for being good on the fang, TJ.
Oh, okay.
So
Can he?
you've now got, like, they've even
Here he is.
recognised you at KFC.
I went and saw that the other night.
Yeah, when you go in the food court, that's good. That's good.
Finger licking
And
good.
then you back that up straight up. That's the plaque that they've got.
It's still there.
Looks like it.
And then you follow it up with the ice cream.
Nathan, shut up, all right? You're treading a fine line, all right?
And TJ, it's become famous.
Has it?
Yeah, and some star champion footballers. I'm sitting at the couch enjoying the Brownlow, and they reckon you are having something to eat. For every Matty Rowell vote, you're having something to eat. That's what it's called.
You shoved that whole thing straight in.
They reckon you just did not stop on the night.
Who shot
I
that?
can't say. But,
Who was it?
He played for a club that Rory played for. That's all I'll give away. Yeah.
Tex.
Keys. I won't say it. I didn't say nothing. Hey, look, no, I've caught my fair whack for this all year, and rightly
Rory,
so.
can you just hold there for a moment? Because I think we're heading back out to Brunswick Street Oval. Will Ashcroft is standing by. Now, Rory, I know it was a zinger. It was a zinger, and we're going to come back to it. But I tell you what, when Will Ashcroft is standing by to talk to us, we will drop everything for this young man. Let's head out to the Brunswick Street Oval now, where I think he is wired up. And he's wired up, all right. G'day, Will. How are you, mate?
Lost the earpiece.
Yeah, I don't think he's... I think we need to plug that in.
That's it.
You there, Will? No, he's...
The earpiece isn't in, Tone. I could see it
No,
hanging
the
out.
earpiece is in, was just hanging out. Don't try and talk technical stuff, all right?
Hey, no, we'll come back to
You there, Will?
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, good to hear you guys.
How you going, mate? You're on air now, Will.
How you going? Good?
Yeah, good, mate. You've got... It's Tony Jones here. Congratulations. You've got Nathan Brown, Matthew Lloyd, Rory Sloane and Damien Barrett. So, Lordo, kick us off.
Will, congratulations. There's nothing better than winning flags, but to feel like you've contributed just like you have, there's nothing better when you stand up on the biggest day of all, and you've done that 2 years straight. And it's a credit to the work that you've put in, because you go to levels that others don't. So just want to say congratulations on that, and just your own feelings this morning.
Yeah, it's obviously amazing, and I really appreciate that. You obviously train really hard, put all the work in behind the scenes to set yourself for hopefully the opportunity to play in grand final day, and then to win it and contribute really well has always been the dream for me. So to do that yesterday is an amazing feeling, and just makes me so excited for what's to come.
You joined some pretty illustrious company, mate. You got Andrew McLeod, Dusty Martin, now yourself as two-time Norm Smith medalist. Must make you feel pretty proud.
Yeah, it's pretty weird feeling to hear my name amongst those type of guys, and yeah, it's pretty amazing. I sort of pinched myself, and yeah, a bit overwhelmed to be honest this morning, and hasn't really sunk in. Looking forward to the next couple of weeks to celebrate.
Last year, you hugged your brother over the fence. Yesterday, at the top of 50, he sold some candy and banged one through from about 45. What was it like to share that moment with him?
Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah, it's pretty crazy that he was sort of jumping the fence last year, and then to play every game this year and getting the team and playing a premiership straight away is pretty surreal feeling, to be honest. And had a feeling he was going to try and take him on there. He does some cheeky things like that from time to time, and yeah, he took his moment. It was amazing to see.
Well, I know it's all about team, and you've now got 2 in a row, but have you had a little moment, even just to yourself, since yesterday's game and being awarded a second Norm Smith medal, just to reflect on your very short time in the game? 3 seasons only, 58 games in total, and missing a full season with a knee. You've jammed a lot into a very short period of time.
Yeah, I have, and I think I will with close family and friends over the next couple of weeks. As I said, it's pretty surreal, and I can't sort of believe it, to be honest, at this point. And yeah, you're right, like to go through that adversity with my knee and miss a full season across my first and second year, and to get back and to do this so quickly, I never would have dreamed of it. It's something you sort of dream of across your whole career, so to do it so quickly is a pretty amazing feeling, and as I said, so excited for what's to come in the future.
Your preparedness to present yourself in the biggest games, you've done it twice now on Grand Final Day, and there were a couple of finals leading into yesterday that you also presented. Just take us through the mindset that you use to approach these big moments.
I think just not shying away from it. Like, for me, I just want to attack it. As I said, I prepare myself to be in these moments, so there's no point in sort of going into your shell and being a passenger. I think I want to be a real difference maker and a game changer. So there's no better opportunity to do that on the biggest stage in big finals and obviously on Grand Final Day. So just keep bringing that approach. I will, and can't wait to improve and get myself ready to go again.
Well, when your name was called out, you stood there for 2 or 3 seconds. Were you surprised, or was just taking it all in that you'd won a second Norm Smith?
Yeah, just taking it in, to be honest. Yeah, as I said, it's a surreal feeling. Just look around a little bit, take in that moment and just remember a little bit. I think for me last year was a bit more of a shock feeling, just coming back, and I just wanted to play, coming back from my ACL, and then to sort of do what I did I was just like, yeah, it was a bit crazy, to be honest. But then this year, to find out I won that, and then just to take it a little bit with my teammates and look around the stadium and think, wow, I've done it again. So it was an amazing feeling.
Well, I saw Isaac Smith at a function yesterday, and he was talking about him and Andrew McLeod are among the members of a very elite club, which you're now a member of, the Cha-Ching Club. As in, when you walk into a room, all your medals just sort of go cha-ching. So yeah, it's a pretty unique club you're in, mate.
Yeah, that was definitely something to strive for. It's it's exciting. Not sure. Yeah, it's pretty cool to be mentioned amongst those guys, and yeah, can't wait to try and build on it.
And what about the off season? Where are you off to?
I'm heading to Bamboo. We'll play a bit of golf next week for Dad's birthday, and then I'll probably go over to the States, potentially with a couple of boys. So just got to plan that all out now and look forward to a bit of downtime. And
you got hold of them in the midfield yesterday, mate. What changed from the qualifying final, and what did you have to tidy up coming into the grand final?
Yeah, I think for us on the defensive side of the ball, our pressure needed to be really elite. We know they wanted to go forward with the ball and really try and drive with their powerful mids, so we had to be really strong and come forward and pressure them. But then I think for us around the contest and offensively, we probably coughed it up backwards sometimes and didn't retain the ball when we should have. So I think playing that forward footy, we had a bit more of a mindset to play forward with the ball and take ground and sort of go back at them. So that was sort of the change we had in the midfield.
Well, your famous dad, Marcus, won 3 in a row. You going to catch him next year?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy to think about. As you said, like, I think I've played 50-something games, so to be in a position to actually do that so quickly is pretty amazing. So yeah, we'll do everything in our power to get there and try and join that three-peat club at the Lions.
Cha-Ching Club and the three-peat club. All right, good on you, mate. Hey, there's a bus. The bus is idling over there. You better go, otherwise you're going to miss it and you'll be stuck here in Melbourne, which there's worse things happening.
Bus is waiting for me.
Yeah, all right, you go for it, mate. Thanks very much for your
boys.
time. Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Will Ashcroft.
Thanks, lads.
Joining us there.
Thank you.
Quite incredible. Someone so young, so decorated already.
Incredibly
Yeah, he's even got his own app where you can follow, with the skill level and the craft and all that. So as you just touched on, he is as clean as anybody in the game, but he's got an app on the fundamentals that a lot of the kids follow with just how good he is. But they've got a drive. So we're talking about AFL footballers. There's many AFL footballers who don't work hard and you think everyone's a professional, but they're not. But he goes to lengths, and so does Lachie Neale, that Bont, he's in that class that they're special because they go to levels that no one else is willing to go to.
All righty, well, thanks to King's Domain, part 2 of what caught my eye. This is unprecedented.
Yeah,
part 2 of what caught my eye is coming up right after the break. You are watching the Sunday Footy Show, and we will head back there, Brunswick Street Oval, right throughout the course of the program. See you soon. Hello there.
You okay, mate? And Joshy Worrell, you were justified sending that video.
Yes.
Sorry, I shouldn't have named Joshy.
Get it down, buddy. Woo.
Ooh, it was a hot one too. Anyway, welcome back. You are watching the Sunday Footy Show. Now, part two. With thanks to King's Domain. Wonderful, wonderful hair products. You should use the thickening up.
I need that, TJ.
Yeah, well, you've got the thickening up one over there. This is part two of what caught my eye. And when we left you, Rory was just building up to an absolute zinger.
I was building up because you guys have given me a fair bit of stick for sounding like a complete fool when I ran out to a crowd full of no one, roll the footage, and woo!
Go, Coach.
So, yeah, I've caught my fair whack, and deservingly so, right? Because this, you do. I sound silly. There's context to it. I actually gave the world's best speech in the lead up to this.
I'll take your word for that,
You
Rory.
missed that part, but if you're going to throw stones, you better hope your backyard's clean. Dug up some old footage of our mate Brownie, so check out when he was mic'd up.
Nathan Brown's had a pretty quiet night tonight, but he has had a bit to say. We've mic'd him up for Channel 7.
Brownie's going to get a goal. Tigers away.
Yeah, on the up, on the up, on the up, on the up, on the up. Lukey. Pick it up, Lukey. Good work. Keep taking them on, mate. I'm right to go. I'm right to go.
This will be a film.
At least I brought some energy to the table. You were just grunting and it's like a tennis match.
He's got you covered, unfortunately.
Yeah. That's all right.
I went in pretty hard a couple of times too, didn't I?
Luke McGuire couldn't pick that ball up.
Oh, Lukey, pick it up, son. Just wanted a little cheapie. OK. The Brownlow medal the other night. So we all saw Nazaya Wanganeen-Millera not get 3 votes for 34 and 4. Let's take a look at it.
St Kilda, Melbourne, C. Petrarca, 1 vote. St Kilda, N. Wanganeen-Millera, 2 votes. Melbourne, J. Viney, 3 votes.
They couldn't. Maxie loves it. Have a look at Maxie. He's laughing his head off. And I thought, I reckon that's happened before. Remember many years ago when James Hird got in trouble, $20,000 fine for Scotty McLaren for the comments he made? Then he comes out and plays this game. 34 disposals, James Hird. 3 goals, James Hird. Interviewed after the game. He's the only star, 27 and 7 and 3 goals. Have a look at that, 34 and 3. So let's now take you to Brownlow medal night.
West Coast Eagles, C. Judd, 1 vote. West Coast Eagles, B. Cousins,
Have a look at him.
Couldn't be.
Essendon, M. Lloyd, 3 votes.
Oh, no.
Have a look at him. Wait for it.
Sydney
Wait for
versus
it.
Geelong.
Wait for it.
Geelong,
Wait
P.
for it.
Chapman, 1 vote. Sydney, B. Kirk, 2 votes.
Did Jack Viney kick 8, did he?
Wait for it.
That is outstanding. That is outstanding.
Very good.
You mentioned this man before, the Big O. He's with Jess Webster at the Brunswick Street Oval.
Here with Oscar McInerney. Oscar, this is incredible scenes down here celebrating this premiership victory. You cannot wipe the smile off your face. I'm dying to know how you're feeling.
Feeling electric. It is buzzing down here. There's a stack of people, but you wouldn't want it any other way.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell me what this premiership means to you.
Yeah, it's just so proud to be part of this group that just keeps turning up. It was a unique year and we were able to get it done, so we'll make sure we enjoy it.
Absolutely. Did you think you would get back here again and in terms of the side and be able to contest for another flag?
Oh, everyone always promises, we'll get back and we'll try and do it, but you never know. The season, they're bloody hard to get to, but credit to the group, they just kept finding a way every week, and I was lucky to fall in at the end there and fall over the line, so very privileged, very lucky.
What will you remember most about yesterday?
Just with friends and family, all the team down in the rooms, on the G afterwards. There's something that you'll never forget with the little man running on the MCG. Absolutely priceless.
Amazing. Tell me about the fans here today and the support that you have both here in Melbourne from the Fitzroy faithful and back home in Brizzy.
they're unbelievable. They outnumber wherever we travel. They outvoice. They always get behind us, and then you can see it today. There's absolute stacks of them. There's waves everywhere, and we love seeing our colours nice and proud.
Amazing. Soak this up, mate. Well done.
Too good. Thanks, guys. Let's go.
Let's go, and didn't they?
They did, Tone. They sure did. You're upset, aren't you, about having a photo taken of you at the Brownlow eating?
Well, I just want to know who would take video of me eating at the Brownlow.
Josh Waddle. Josh Waddle from Adelaide.
Well, as it turns out, yeah, Josh. That's one I owe you. Once I Google you and work out who you are.
Don't be like that. Australian in the mix. Please.
All righty, we're going to take a break here on the Sunday Footy Show. You reckon we might get a countdown at any stage? We'll take a break. We'll take a break. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back. You are watching the Sunday Footy Show. I wish you could see what I have to put up with in the ad breaks. Right?
What?
You're trying to get me to say Dayne Zorko, aren't you? And I won't say it.
You've said it.
I won't say it. I won't say it. We'll be no, but I said he's trying to get me to say Dayne Zorko.
You've said it twice now.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying it on purpose. That's the whole
I
point.
did get asked by 10 people yesterday, does Nathan and TJ get on?
Yeah.
How do you answer
it?
I got asked at the Parkdale Footy Club the other
They
day.
do get on, but Nathan does grind his gears a fair bit. That was my response.
I would get that question 15 times a day, and the 15 times I say no, we do not get on.
How do you answer it, Brownie, when you get asked?
No, absolutely not. I don't like you at all.
You just like pushing his buttons. I think that's who you like.
All I can say is no shit, Sherlock.
Morning TV. It's a bit early to be swearing.
Kids are watching, teacher.
It's the last show. Well, ours for the year, but yours, you know. Did you have a look at the retirees go around yesterday, Nath? There's a few looking for gigs. Hey, Dayne Zorko was one of the best yesterday, and he's now with Jess Webster.
Here with Dayne Zorko. Zorks, another amazing, incredible win for you. You're like a fine wine. You just keep getting the job done. How are you feeling this morning?
Feeling really good. Yeah, it was a great day. Very, very proud of the boys and their efforts. Tough draw, lots of adversity throughout the year, and to put in a performance like that, yeah, very proud.
How did you get the job done? I mean, because that second half was just absolutely incredible. Game was in the balance at half-time. What makes this group so special?
We tried. It's very easy to probably get distracted and think about what the outcome's going to be, but we had a really strong focus about just sticking to our process, worry about the next play, stay in the moment as best as you can, and I thought we did that really well, and we took advantage of that, you know, halfway through the third quarter, and then in the last quarter we were able to play some of our best football, which was obviously nice, and blew the margin right out, which was, you know, good in the back line, and we weren't under siege too much, but yeah, just the resilience of the group, their ability to keep turning up for each other, and to do it with 8 22-year-olds and under, it makes the performance even more special.
Absolutely. When did you know during the game that you had the premiership, and did you allow yourself a moment on the field to go, wow, like we've actually done this?
Yeah, well, I mean, there was a period, I think it was the start of the last quarter, we kicked a goal, but then we missed a couple in a row, and then they were able to get one, and I was like, oh, that's not good. But credit to the boys in the midfield, they just kept supplying our forwards with heaps of ball, and I think when the margin got out past 50 with about 11 minutes to go, I thought, yeah, right, we're in a pretty good spot now. And then, yeah, we didn't want to celebrate too early, but, you know, in the back of your mind, like, it's probably going to be hard to run down. We would have put 18 players behind the ball if we needed to. So, yeah, we had a little moment out there, us defenders, where we were like, yeah, we've done it, which was, you know, it was nice. But, yeah, it's just special.
How much joy do you get out of seeing the career of someone like a Will Ashcroft? You're a very, very proud Brisbane man. He, you know, he obviously is a part of the Brisbane Lions family since he was born, but to come out and do what he's done at his age, a couple of back-to-back norms, how much joy do you get out of seeing people like him perform?
There was a few of us older boys at breakfast on Sunday morning, and we spoke about we just got to keep riding these kids' coattails. So they're going to take us there. We just got to jump on board. And yeah, look, I mean, it was devastating in 2023 when he did his knee in his first year. He was having such a fantastic year as well. So for him to have the resilience to come back and then put in a performance like he did last year in the grand final and then back it up again, he's such a big time player. The kids these days are just made for it. It's bizarre. So yeah, I'm super proud of him. He comes from a great family, and we've got another one coming through in Levi who's just as good.
Yeah, absolutely. I loved his goal yesterday. What will you cherish the most about this particular premiership victory?
Yeah, just the whole, you just got to enjoy it all, right? I mean, you don't know when you're going to be back. You don't know if you're going to be back. I'm at the back end of my career, so just enjoying every moment. Try not to miss anything by getting too drunk. So, yeah, just sort of, hang around the group. It's what we've been able to create here in Brisbane over the last 9 years under Fags has been, honestly, at times lost for words, just how we've been able to transform the whole club. So, and Fags has been an enormous part of that. But he trusts all us players and he trusts his staff to just get everything they need to get done right. And we've been able to do that. And off the back of that, had some really great success. So, just enjoy it all.
And a final word on your fans here in Melbourne and also back home that you're going to catch up with a little later on today.
Yeah, they stuck with us when we were really struggling. And now to have some success over the past few years and to see how many are here again today, it'll be similar when we get back to Brisbane this afternoon. It's as much for them as it is for us. So the support's amazing. It always has been. And, it's nice having two homes.
Absolutely. Congratulations and enjoy it.
Thank you, Ta.
There it is, Jess Webster speaking with Dayne Zorko. You got me worried now. I have to look at his name before I say it because you got it in my head. I'll tell you what, the boys have done well this morning, haven't they, Damo? Considering what Lordo went through over the past 12 hours, first of all, staying on AW until midnight. And what time did you get off?
Off at 8 o'clock.
Why?
8 p.m. That we decided to extend it out and just.
Foxtel had finished the replay, Lordo. Foxtel had finished the replay of the grand final before 8 o'clock.
We were all happy to embrace that and do it.
No, you weren't.
But was there anyone at the ground?
We got to enjoy. The Brisbane Lions were still out there. They took the cup out in the middle, so we got.
Who were you on with?
I was on with Jimmy Bartell, Matt Granlin, and Tim Lane.
Yeah. Right.
September Club had wrapped up by then too.
And then, of course, you almost died this morning. You found plastic in your yogurt.
Yes, I did.
That was quite the scene. Look,
I found some plastic.
You were blaming people upstairs.
I wanted some blood there for a while.
And
well, also, too, great game of grand final to analyse, but our man Nathan Brown, I've never seen a man more nervously second-guess himself with what had been packaged up, TJ, in the media ochre best-of segment that's upcoming, and we got to the bottom of it, Lordo. There's a certain person that he's been trying to edit out of this best-of media ochre. There were 4 references to this one person. He wanted there to be no references, and I don't know where it's been left.
When you look at a best of, sometimes you watch it and you go, ooh, that's a little bit harsh. But take it for what it is. It's a bit of fun. But I just felt like there was someone in there too often,
So you took him out and put Gary Lyon in?
That's what you told me to do.
Oh, I did not tell you to do that. And what about Damo? Just one more. And Damo this morning when producer Jack's running through the show, right? We've got all these great guests, we've got all these highlights, and then this is Damo.
Damo impersonation coming?
Mate, we've got animal fact.
Love an animal fact.
And we do. We actually do. And it's a good one.
That's coming up later. Don't pump it up too much, Damo. That's coming up later in the program. You are watching the Sunday Footy Show, the best of media ochre, not too far away. You are watching this premiership edition of the Sunday Footy Show. Rory, mate, how long has he been going on about
I've been waiting all year.
Because we had Harris Andrews and Lachie Neale off the top, so we normally have an item, 1, 2, 3, and it's called an off-the-topper. So Rory has the off-the-topper today, which is meant to go at about 10:01.
He's never done one either.
Never done one.
And he built himself up for it.
But he said to us, when am I going to do my off-the-topper?
And this is like a funny thing that we do off
to get us going.
This is an hour ago. This is an hour in the making.
My palms are sweaty. So sweaty. Hey, look,
power stance.
Yeah, not power stance. A few of us on this show have been known to put people to sleep during our presentations. We've had TJ put some people to sleep. We've had Lordo put people to sleep while he's filling his pockets and doing cashies. And even at the infamous past players meeting last week where you had to present Michael Hurley a jumper, you've even put your past players to sleep. That is smoking Joe Mercedes asleep standing up and Jason Johnson asleep as well. How have you done that?
Lordo.
You get those players around the wrong way.
No, sorry, I meant to say Jason Johnson.
Not bad.
Not bad.
That's all right. Yeah, it's good. I was presenting Michael Hurley early with a jumper, a recognition jumper, and I thought I threw a few zingers in there, so I'm not sure what they're doing. Anyway.
That was worth it.
That was good.
Yeah,
Worth it?
good.
You got there.
Good.
Oh, thank you. I can relax now.
Well played.
I can't, because we've got mediocre coming up.
No, exactly.
I know.
Oh, well, I tell you what, to all the regulars, you might be getting another run here. This is...
I've asked for things to be taken out, so let's hope they have been taken out.
Kane?
Well,
Yes.
you be the judge. This
Corn?
is... Oh, you throw it all then, Nathan. I've tried...
This is Media Open. Hall of Fame legend Jason Dunstall avoided slipping up on the mic by not using one.
Oh, I could absolutely understand that.
It was an uncomfortable watch, that, wasn't it?
Get him up here, so just to make sure I can read the answers, I don't put the old specs on.
You need your mic. Oh, my goodness, Jason.
Jack Rewalt could have used a few of those audio issues during the game.
Left a lot of questions. They don't want to compound that with a poor performance against the GWS Suns. I'm saying GWS Gold Coast. Sorry,
You got that.
getting them mixed up. Obviously, a big game tonight. But
The sub is a contentious issue in the AFL, as Mitch Cleary found out.
You know, the real challenge for us is to continue on with the same sort of manner that we played in that quarter.
Nick Lachie looks really sore. Any thought to sub him, or you keep him out there when he's playing like that?
Well, we can't sub him, mate. We've already used our sub. So unless we go man down.
While Skingy is undoubtedly the game's best analyst, five-time premiership star Dermot Brereton is sniffing down his neck.
They reckon some blokes smell open space. he sniffs. Some blokes smell open play getting on it. He smells open space, doesn't he?
I'm not sure what Gary Lyon was trying to communicate here.
He gets all that credit, and I think that's what our recruiting staff has done so well, is bring in Tom Atkins, Sean Manor, Tom Stewart, and recruit more, because they come in ready, they come in with a...
When you're a premiership player, a two-time All-Australian and a five-time Best and Fairest winner, you'd think they'd get your name right.
He's on tilt at the moment, Dayne Zorko. Dayne Zorko.
You're not the first. You probably won't be the last.
Well done, Dayne Zorko.
They're part of that whole setup, and they talked about Dayne Zorko. Dayne Zorko.
I think you'll see that first thing on Monday morning, Dayne Zorko. Zane Dorco.
And he has Zane Dorco. He has Dayne Zorko with him.
As the busiest man in footy media, it can be hard to keep up with all of Kane Cornes' opinions. Just ask Kane Cornes.
Effort was one of the number one things that you had. Effort. And you want to celebrate someone who put in a great effort.
Yeah, so let's do this. Richo, you have to just remind me as I've lost my rundown.
McDonald.
McDonald.
You're only as good as your production team in this game, as Caroline Wilson continues to find out.
Well, this is what Eddie said on his Eddie and Jimmy podcast today. Oh, we're not going to play that right now, but he had a crack at me because Can we have a quick listen? He did a podcast with some students last Monday. We'll get to that a bit later. Can we have a very quick look at that one, please, before I go to you boys? No, not sure that we can. All right.
Is not safe to wear any other boot.
That's what Alistair Clarkson thinks. Can we have a listen to what Alistair Clarkson had to say on the matter last night?
The media titan has also requested more camera time at his new digs. As our producers picked up, I'm not sure this is what he had in mind.
He goes forward from the middle, so his explosion out of centre-bounce is going to be really handy.
That's an extraordinary receipt that he's kept there, Kane.
Luke Hodge had a glittering football career, but I'm not sure Wall Street is calling.
This is what I'm not buying, this man here. Oh, no, I'll buy Bond any day of the week, but what I wouldn't buy is liver.
I've already really forgotten what he said, or it doesn't really hold any relevance at all, so, yeah, all good.
Sorry, so what that was, if I could just quietly get it then, that was liver.
Clearly it's not a regular basis. Clearly that was an indictment. Clearly when I read it, clearly at least a month. Clearly didn't know. Clearly not working. Clearly very sensitive. Clearly has to happen. Clearly Canberra. Clearly also clearly. 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 Clearly.
Clearly.
Clearly. Clearly.
Oh, clearly not.
They're clearly in transition.
Clearly. You're clearly in transition.
It's as simple as that. If they hold that, they probably hold the cup. It's as simple as that. There's just too many guys who slaughter the football. It is as simple as that. It's 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 as simple as that. As simple as that. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. It is as simple as that. It's as simple as that. And I think that's as simple as that.
It's time to produce. It's as simple as that.
All right.
Let's get to it, shall we?
All right, here we go.
All right, let's get into it. All right, let's get into the agenda. All right, make us smarter. All right, make us smarter. All right, make us smarter. All right, make us smarter here. All right, they are with us tonight. All right, that's our Monday night. All right, see you tomorrow night. All right, see you Friday night. All right, Gaz. All right, Gaz. All right, Gaz. All right, Gaz. All right, the first. All right. 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 That's as far as we're going.
All right, all right, all right. That's media. Oh, where are you going? You blokes always suggest put this guy in, put that guy in.
The whole industry you've just taken down.
Yeah.
Every show, there's no show you miss.
It seems harsh when they're all back to back.
But take it for what it is.
We've already got 3 for round 1 next year.
Actually, I think Channel 7 have provided you with...
Channel 7 with a couple. Jason Richardson, you'll be involved.
Yeah. Who played yesterday?
Not the teams he said.
Okay.
That's okay. Good man. Well done for everyone being in there this year. I appreciate the content and the help.
And take it for what it is.
Take it for what it is. That's just a bit of fun. We've got to laugh at ourselves in this industry, we do, Tony.
Some more than others.
But while it was on, you did tell the producers, please don't post this on socials.
I did. So make sure you do.
All righty, we'll take a break. You are watching the Sunday Footy Show. We'll head back out to the Brunswick Street Oval right after this. You can actually build on that by jumping online. Now, you can bid on some of the unique items, the players' silent auction, for example. Match-worn jumpers, boots, balls, all donated by stars who've appeared on that brilliant show, Players. It's been a success story, that. Plus, don't forget this, the Emotional Baggage Index collection, which was on the show on the Grand Final Footy Fest. Now, all that emotional baggage you can see online there, and it has been donated by our good friends at AFL Heritage brand Mitchell and Ness. Check them out online. Getting quick, they are one of a kind, those bags. And as I said, the Sydney Swans ones, for example, that Sydney Swans bag is made out of an actual sail from a yacht that sails on the harbour. So,
Hold on, mate.
Sorry?
Sail, yeah.
Can you feed the whales off that?
I tell you, Nathan, how long have we got left? How long have we got left of this show? And you're wondering...
45 minutes.
Right, thanks, Big Ben. Right, you can go to myroomtelethonbids.com.au. All right, let's bring some sanity back into this program as we head back out to the Brunswick Street Oval. And Jess, who you got?
Here with Cam Rayner. Cam, you are enjoying these celebrations. I can tell you're engaging with the fans. You've got a massive smile on your face. How good does it feel?
Yeah, it's awesome. I reckon this one was better than last year. It's been unbelievable. It's been such a journey this year. I feel like a lot of people have written us off, and to be able to come around and turn it around last night was unbelievable.
Were you confident the whole way through that you could still be a challenge for the flag?
Yeah, there was definitely times throughout the year where we was doubting ourselves. Like, I feel like before that Fremantle game, if we lost that, we probably would have been out of the 8. And then we make our way back all the way through, and obviously losing the qualifying final against Geelong, and then having to face them again in the grand final. But the boys got so much trust in each other and so much belief in each other, and to be able to get another premiership is just unbelievable.
Absolutely. It scores a level at halftime yesterday. What were some of the messages being said at halftime? How did you just come out in that second half and absolutely dominate?
Yeah, it was. I felt like it was a Brisbane style game that we were playing in the first half. We probably just didn't get the result, but we just kept telling each other just to stick to the process, and hopefully we can start to pile it on. And that third quarter came, and then in the last quarter it was all coming, which was really, really good. So I feel like this team, doesn't matter who's in, we've got that many good players in our squad that whoever comes in will play their role, and our system's so good at the moment, and it's working out very well.
The club's in pretty good hands with the Ashcroft boys. Talk to me about both of them, but Will in particular. Back-to-back norms is just amazing.
I know, and at the age of 21, like it's unbelievable. He's been so good, and as Levi as well, like, I didn't know he had a distance in him. He's kicked one from 60, so I was like, mate, you're turning into a better player than I am anyway. So, those two boys have been awesome for us, and the young talent with Jasper and Ty and even Kai Lohman, Darcy Wilmot, it's got the club in a good position, and I'm so happy to be a part of it for a long time.
How much are you loving life as a Brisbane Lion?
Oh, it's the best. Obviously, signed a contract a couple of years ago to stay here for a long time, and I couldn't be happier. It's such a great place to be, and the fans, the club is just in such a great position, and I'm so very, very lucky.
Amazing. Well done. Enjoy this. Cheers.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Jess Webster doing a great job out there at the Brunswick Street Oval. Damo's Animal Fact not too far away, this season ender. You've contributed quite a few this year, haven't you?
I have, and they've mainly been the better ones. There's a few that he doesn't want to take.
There's a lot you send me I just simply cannot
Did you say there was
going with.
What about the pigeon one I sent you?
We won't be going with the pigeon.
Is that the one that falls into the vat of boiling?
Yes. What about the kangaroo fact?
No, we don't need that. We're a G-rated show. We've already pushed the limit on that this morning. We'll take a break. You are watching the Sunday Footy Show.
Welcome back to the Sunday Footy Show. Time for everybody's favourite segment, Brownie's Quiz, but we don't have a quiz today. But thanks to Sportsbet, $5,000 will be won right now. So all the winners are in the barrel here. And we're going to draw out a winner for $5,000.
Do we know which of us played for the person who's going to win?
I don't know, Tone. They're all in the barrel. So it's very hard to figure it out.
I can name all of them.
Tried to get Mickey Roberts here today to do this, but he wasn't available. So
good on you.
Yeah, Robbo. Okay, so the winner of the $5,000. And I might add, Damo, more wins than anybody this year. So congratulations, Damo.
Lord had a good year too.
We had my first half, your second half.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. The winner from West Beach in South Australia is Teresa Portelli. So $5,000 coming your way, Teresa. Congratulations. Who played for Teresa? Did you really? Yeah, of course you all did. So thanks to Sportsbet, $5,000 coming your way, Teresa. Thanks for being part of the quiz and the Footy Show and everybody's favourite segment. And to you, Tony Barber.
All right, good work. And no, who did play for Teresa? Because I thought I did.
It was probably one of my wins I had,
potentially remember for your 1 or 2 wins.
No, it was definitely me. Yeah. I think I had more than TJ.
How many would you have had, Roy?
2 or 3. I had 2 or 3 questions, Joanne.
Come on, waffler.
And one.
Stop waffling.
All righty, while we sort that out, we'll head back out to the Brunswick Street Oval. Jess Webster's been out there doing an amazing job for us today. Who you got this time, Jess?
Here with Josh Dunkley. Josh, now a 3-time premiership player. All of them are pretty special in their own unique way. How does yesterday's rate?
Oh, amazing. You can't really pick them apart. I feel like all premierships are incredible to win. So just excited, and such a unique group that we've got here, and excited for the future as well.
How proud are you of the performance from the boys yesterday? It was an incredible victory.
Yeah, it was. I mean, Geelong, they smashed us in the qualifying final, and we learned a lot from it. And for our boys to go to work and get up for the next week against the Suns and then the Pies down here, and then to go again against Geelong and implement the things that we learned was really good.
Did you have a key theme pre-game that you used in the contest yesterday?
Not really themes. It was more just about, playing our role. We always talk about it, and in the big games, moments matter, and you might not be having your best game, but just those moments to make sure that you stand up and do it well is what we learned probably in 23 again in that losing grand final to the Pies. So many things we've learned over the journey, we've implemented in the big games, and it's worked for us.
You mentioned the future is bright. Tell me about these kids. They're pretty incredible.
Oh, it's crazy. The kids are they just keep getting better every year. It's a testament to our development program and our academies, and the whole pathway into our team is just incredible. And our VFL guys too, like they made a semi-final, and it's just a special group to be a part of.
We don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, but looking ahead to next year and beyond, I mean, we've got so many young kids in this side. Do you think you're going to contend again?
I feel like we can, definitely. I feel like the only way is up for us, and we can only get better. So obviously getting some new guys in, and you never know what's going to happen with injury and whatever happens in the season. So we're excited about what we can bring next year, and we're already looking forward to it.
What was the best part of the celebrations last night?
Best part of the celebrations? You can't beat walking into the rooms with all your family there and friends, and getting photos with the cup and singing the song in the circle with the whole club involved. It's just a special moment, and one that never gets old.
This is a pretty special place here at Brunswick Oval as well, the heart of Fitzroy. It's pretty amazing to be back here again.
Yeah, it is. It's so good. Our fans turn out all the time, and we love them for their support that they give us. So excited to be here again, and hopefully we're back here next year.
Well, congratulations, and enjoy it.
Thank you. Cheers.
All right, Jess Webster there at the Brunswick Street Oval. We'll take a break. You are watching the Sunday Footy Show. What's next, Nate?
Well, there's plenty more still to come. More Brisbane Lions, Premiership stars. We'll talk about Geelong. We've got Animal Fact coming up, so still plenty more to come.
The best of what caught my eye as well.
Yes, we have.
Yeah,
we
can't
have.
wait for that.
Yeah.
Cannot
So, do you think we'll use that Thomas Bug one that you used a few years ago?
No, Damo's hammered me on that all year.
Exopest.
Yeah.
Exopest, that's it. All right, so the best of what caught my eye, that's coming up soon too. Stay with us. You are watching the Sunday Footy Show. Well, as the Brisbane Lions continue their celebrations and now en route to the airport to head back home to Brisbane, the Cats are quite literally licking their wounds.
It's going to be a long off-season, I think, for them as they reflect on what went wrong in the biggest day of the year for them. Their biggest names in the game, TJ, just could not get involved in it. Jeremy Cameron was one of those players. He was down on form before this incident, just before half-time. It was a very, very heavy hit. Initially, I thought it was a concussion potential moment for him, but as we were to learn pretty quickly, it was an arm injury which was ultimately broken and all sorts of pain was he after half-time when they kept him on the ground. He had that tackle, which Rory's already referred to, but he landed badly on the bad arm as a result of using the good arm to tackle there. And, yeah, he was a mess the whole game. Chris Scott spoke post-match, TJ, about the potential to sub him off and not knowing when to under the rules as they stand. But, look, he really, I think in hindsight, should have come off with Jack Martin ready to go.
I don't want to gloss over that tackle because that's one of the tougher moments I've seen in finals footy, to actually run and still with a broken arm lay that tackle. I know they didn't win. If they had have won, it would have gone down as one of the all-time great tackles, and subsequently it won't be so. But yeah, disappointing for Jez. I feel a bit sad for that forward line in particular. It just didn't quite fire a shot.
What I love about finals, and like the Adelaide Crows realised just how far off they were going out in straight sets, and then every team, even the grand finalists, can learn a lot and say we were exposed, and they were exposed at the clearance, so they're beaten 11-4, and they don't have a dominant ruckman. So Reece Stanley, you just wonder whether it's it for Reece Stanley, and Mark Blitzarves, as good as he is. What was he, 34 or 33?
35, I think.
So,
yeah,
I think they desperately need a ruckman. So there's so many things that finals exposes, and that's what was certainly one of them yesterday.
They played a pretty poor 15 minutes of football, 5 minutes prior to three-quarter time. Outside that, Tyson Stengel had a shot from the boundary line to put them 7 points up. Dangerfield probably should have got a free kick. Tyson Stengel turns it over, or was paid non-15, goes down the other end. So it was a 15-minute patch, and Brisbane did expose them. But you'd look at Geelong and go, I can't see a reason why they wouldn't be top four again next year, contending for the grand final again next year. They played a poor 15 minutes, and then obviously the grand final was over, so everybody sort of exhaled, and Brisbane just went on with the job, obviously. But I wouldn't be disappointed if I was a Cats fan. Yeah, obviously going to be disappointed.
They would be disappointed.
But, I mean, it is a damn good effort to get to where they were and play the football they did. Poor 15 minutes, they'll be back again next year.
Spot on. It was a ripping game up until late in the third quarter where it was just an arm wrestle, wasn't it? But and this is where you were speaking about the midfield group. They can't always rely on Danger. Danger had an unbelievable game in the prelim, but that's where you need to rely on your squad and someone else to step up. It can't always be just him putting the cape on.
Yeah, but he didn't seem to have any of his cape, apart from two strong contested marks. It was just, I didn't see any signs of...
They lacked hit up.
Yeah, last week where he wasn't kamikaze. When he's in that kamikaze move where he's thrown himself at the ball, didn't see that much from him yesterday. So he'll be disappointed with his grand final performance.
What about if they got Charlie Curnow?
Oh, well, he'd be great to have. I think many at Carlton believe that they just don't give him a chance. That at Carlton, that they bomb the ball on his head and you don't get to see the best of Curnow.
As soon as Cameron went off yesterday, there was zero hit-up at all. Yeah. I thought Jack Martin was used too late to come on because he's a hit-up player. But as soon as Cameron went off, the hit-up stopped, and that's when Brisbane got on top.
Yeah. All righty, we'll take a break on the Sunday Footy Show, but... to your point about Geelong supporters, they would be disappointed this morning, but they will not be disappointed because what we saw from Geelong yesterday is not the Geelong that we know, is it?
No, for 2.5 quarters we did. That effort from Jeremy Cameron was special. So they'll be back next year. Don't worry about that.
But we would have said that about the Swans, and teams like the Swans, and they're not. So there's no guarantee.
So you're writing the Cats off?
Well, there's no guarantees they're top four next year. Oh. I think, there are plenty of ageing players there still.
Okay. All right, we'll take a break on the Sunday Footy Show. More in just a moment. Don't forget, we've still got the best of what caught my eye. You're trying to get Matthew in trouble, are you?
No,
it's just a conversation. The normal people have conversations without punching on. This is just a normal A and B conversation.
Well, you'd be B. Yeah. All right, we'll take a break. It is the Sunday Footy Show.
Very good.
There they are, the reigning premiers. Again, the Brisbane Lions on show with their coach, Chris Fagan, now a dual premiership coach, and stamping himself as one of the all-time great coaches, considering what he's done there. So the Brisbane Lions putting a full stop to season 2025. Or is it a comma, Damo's agenda?
A comma? Well, they've got to try and replicate, TJ, what the famous Brisbane Lions team of 2001, 2 and 3 did, and that is go for the 2026 flag. And they're going to have a really good head start with that, TJ, because as we have known for some time now, Oscar Allen, that man on screen there for the West Coast Eagles, a co-captain for this season, is going to be joining them for the 2026 year. And, Lordo, as we also know too, Sam Draper, the free agent from Essendon, will be joining them. So already, before trade period even starts, they're adding 2 big men to the mix that has been the best in the competition for the past 2 seasons.
And that's what you want go into next year. You want pressure on selection, and that's what they're going to have. Like Draper challenging McInerney and Fort, and then you've got Oscar Allen who will challenge. Then you've got Eric Hipwood coming in. Then you've got Gallup and the young guys through. So it's exciting times, what good clubs have. Yeah, and the good clubs, as we have known for some time, do the work long before trade period starts. So they've got those answers from those 2 key players already. Rory, the Brandon Starcevich situation, I really hope it doesn't impact adversely with what happened to him yesterday with another concussion incident for him out of the grand final. He's had multiple amounts of concussion moments. He's even suffered one earlier this year, which kept him out of football. He's had a lot over the journey. I say that because there was an expectation that was his last game for the Brisbane Lions. The West Coast Eagles have been into him big time now for some time, and there was a multiple-year deal offer for him to go there at effectively double the money that the Brisbane Lions were prepared to pay. So there was I suppose, an acceptance that he was going to be going there. I just hope that the latest concussion issue doesn't adversely impact.
No, I think it will, unfortunately, for Brandon. Like, he deserves a big contract. He's been so good, and we saw his role on Danger yesterday. It was incredible, but he's a pivotal part of that back six, and he's what West Coast needs. But unfortunately, in this situation, I think West Coast are going to have to look at probably rejigging that contract, maybe. I'm not sure what they're going to do, but you're going to have to certainly look at it because he's had so many concussion injuries. And first and foremost, he's got to make sure that his health goes before his footy as well. So make sure his head's all right before he probably gets down the path of negotiating that contract.
And Brady, just as we sign off on the Lions, there's still an unknown around Cal Archie and also Oscar McInerney, who got to play yesterday, having not been able to play the year before with his own injury problems. Obviously, with Draper and Allen coming in McInerney's case, there just may be a surplus requirement for the big man.
Yeah, and it was lucky that he got the premiership yesterday. So, look, I'd be one who would keep Oscar McInerney. I think he's still good for another season, but with those players come in, you never know, Damo. I'd hate to tinker with a premiership side like they are. I'd hate to get rid of players because you've got a couple coming in who are really good people, and Oscar McInerney is good people.
Stepped up in the semi-final and the prelim, and again yesterday with Darcy Fort in the ruck. Lordo, we'll get an answer, I'd expect, this week on Rowan Marshall's situation from St Kilda, contracted as a Saint for 2026 and 2027, and the narrative around him has been that how's he going to react to the recruitment of Tom de Koning as the massive signing, the $1.6 to $1.7 million deal, times 7 or 8 years as a Saint, and what it means for Marshall. I say this week because now Geelong, the team which has expressed the most interest in him, is now obviously out of action, and they can get busy with what they want to do in trade period.
Yeah, he is exactly what they need, and I would be ramping that up. They need a ruckman desperately, and we've spoken about that for Geelong for so many years, and young Toby Conway hasn't been able to come on. He's had a lot of injuries as a youngster at Geelong, so but St Kilda hold the cards because he's a contracted player. Yeah, he is, and I think they're going to fight really hard to keep Cal Wilkie too, contracted. Yes. The Western Bulldogs still, though, haven't given up on hope of him wanting to declare publicly he wants to go there. Brownie, we discussed before Oscar Allen, a captain or a co-captain of a club, West Coast Eagles, wanting to leave that club. Zach Merrett and also Jai Simpkin, respectively Essendon and North Melbourne leaders. There's still decisions and public comments that need to be made by both those men, Merrett and Simpkin, probably this week before the official start of trade period on Monday week.
Andrew Welsh went pretty hard, Lordo. He was emphatic that Zach Merrett wasn't leaving. He doesn't leave himself many outs when he comes out. And I love the confidence, but everybody else seems to think Zach Merrett is leaving. Andrew Welsh, emphatic that he's not going anywhere. Yeah, I don't know how it'll play out, Brownie, but they would happily take him back. So I don't think I think the last week has been a better week for Zach Merrett and the club in terms of if they decide to keep him, it's not all broken like I potentially thought it might have been a week ago.
And the default holding positions on both these players, Merrett and Simpkin, and others, Wilkie and Marshall as well, they're contracted to their current clubs, and that's what the current clubs will continue to say until a deal can be struck. Rory, the rule change changes now that we expect for 2026 include the last touch out of bounds, or I should say the last disposal out of bounds. There'll be some discretion allowed for umpires to make certain calls on certain moments. But you've watched this closely unfold now between the 50-metre arcs in the Sandful.
Yeah, it has. And it's had a really good, really positive impact in the Sandful, where their numbers in stoppages have lowered over the years. This rule's been in place. Also, the scoring's gone up. And also game time has been reduced slightly. Obviously, from throw-ins, they take a lot of time. So what has happened, though, the teams that adjust, like the Crows and Port, didn't adjust quick enough in the Sandful, so the free kick numbers look massive, like a huge differential. So what it will take is teams to adjust really quickly to wrap their heads around this rule that you can't dispose the ball out of bounds, because it had a big impact in the Sandful.
So what do you mean umpires will have discretionary powers?
Well, like they do with a lot of their rules, TJ, there'll be wiggle room on it. And while it might be a last disposal ruling, as the rule it stands, there may be times where discretion is given. I expect it, because that's what they do with
It
all
might be
rules.
one of those ones where both teams accidentally kick the ball once, and then you don't know who actually kicks it out of bounds.
Yeah, so what happens in that situation?
Well, that's when they go to the arc, don't they? The arc's now in play, where they can go look at that.
So this thing's going to speed the game up, you reckon?
It should.
Just throw it in that situation.
Yeah, or they might just throw it in, yeah.
Well, that would be the better thing to do, wouldn't it? Just sort of say, I don't know who got to go first. All right. Good stuff, Damo. And another great year of agenda
well
too.
done, Damo.
Yeah, really good year, Damo. Well done.
He ain't finished yet. He's still got animal factor.
Oh, yeah. That's more important.
Yeah, well, it is in Damo's eyes.
It's a two-parter too.
A two-parter?
Two-parter.
Hey, don't forget this. It's the grand finale of Footy Furnace. Hasn't this been a great year for the team? Tom Morris, Jimmy Bartell and James Hurd. In fact, they are so committed, they're in here now, preparing. Wow, can you believe that? Check your local guides. It is on tonight. Footy Furnace, we're back in a tick. I tell you what, our breakup not too far away, and Lordo was just telling us what he's having for lunch. Wow, you should be the size of a house. Seriously.
The platform 28, right? The dumplings, the calamari, and they've got these new spring rolls at the moment, TJ. Yeah. That's just my entree too, by the way.
You said you're hardly staying. You said you're going to go home. And Annette's away. There's no one home for you.
Today.
And you said you're going to have a soup. That doesn't. Soup and beer don't mix.
Annette's gone to...
That's quite sad, Nathan. There's
Hawaii.
no one home for me.
Well, your dog's there.
Well, that's what we're there to comfort you. You idiot. Archie, tell everyone what's going on.
Archie's there.
Hey, Archie needs me. Yeah, exactly.
Are you just wanting us all just to say, please come, TJ? Is that what it is?
Well, there's a bit of that.
Yeah.
Please come, TJ.
Please come,
TJ.
It's taken 2 hours.
Who doesn't come to a break?
Oh, it's not the same without Kane.
You're so unlikable.
It's not the same without Kane this year.
He didn't talk to us last year.
Remember a few years back,
He didn't talk to us last year, right?
Remember a few years back he went the pool car thing, where rather than paying just for your own Uber, you got with the pooling ones because it's cheaper.
Because you had too much, and we had to put you in it. You could only get there yourself.
That is garbage.
No, that is true. About 4 or 5 years
I've never
ago.
shared a Uber.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Although, Brownie, once you finished this day in a bunk bed, didn't you? I think.
I did.
All right, I think we need to bail here. So,
Darcy Wilmot.
Jess and Darcy.
We're going to Darcy.
You're an idiot. All right, let's head out to the Brunswick Street Oval now. Jess is standing by again.
Here with Darcy Wilmot. Darcy, back-to-back has a pretty nice ring to it. How does it feel this morning?
Yeah, it definitely feels cool, and it does have a beautiful ring on it. Yeah, lapping it up and enjoying every moment.
I heard you were probably one of the best on ground last night in the celebrations. What did you get up to?
Nah, they're all just talking crap. There's probably a lot more better boys. He was pretty good, and he'd be good getting tonight. So yeah, we'll go from there.
How much are you enjoying spending these precious moments with your fans?
Yeah, it's good. It's good vibes, and they come out. Love their support, especially on game day. They're so loud, and yeah, love giving back. So it's good.
Talk me through the performance yesterday. Was there a moment during the game where you thought you had the Cats?
It's probably in that fourth quarter when we piled on a couple of goals, and it just kept going and going and going. So, yeah, I mean, I think it was like halfway through the fourth, and I was like, oh, geez, we're looking pretty good. I don't think they can stop us here. So, yeah, that was a good feeling to have that sort of relief after a close game.
So many highlights from yesterday, plenty of your teammates getting on the score sheet. Was there a particular highlight or goal or moment from yesterday that you thought, yeah, that was pretty good, that's going to stick in my mind for a long time?
Yeah, there was a couple of good goals, and I'll have to re-watch it again to remember. But as soon as I do, I will remember it. But yeah, a couple of goals, I was like, oh, geez, how do you do that one? So, yeah.
Amazing. Enjoy these celebrations, mate, and we look forward to seeing you back in Brizzy.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Great stuff. We just got a text from the boss, didn't we?
Brent, yep.
Yeah, just saying, well, mine's a bit awkward. This is from our big boss saying, congratulations on another terrific year, in particular to Gus, Billy Slater, Cam Smith and Jonathan Thurston. I think he got the wrong Sunday Footy Show. No, just joking. Anyway, here we go. This is the Premiership edition of Amble Fact.
Yeah. It's a squirrel that's going to bring us home today, TJ, and this particular squirrel found itself with a plate full of some berries and grapes, which it really enjoyed, but unfortunately those grapes were fermented and the batteries just went out of that squirrel. He just froze and he had nothing left to give, which reminded us of your favourite cricketer, Brownie, Rashid Khan. In a one-day international, his batteries went out too.
Not bad, day, mate. Good finish.
Is the squirrel okay?
Yeah, he just need a little lie down. Like Brownie might need later on today.
Been hanging out with Snoop.
In the bottom bunk bed. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, it is the best of What Caught My Eye.
Had to give that, gets mowed down. So these are the selfie Hall of Fame. Lordo, I'd shut up about this. Let's go back to Lordo. Poor old Lordo taking the mark of the section. Look at Lordo. He wants it. He's sore. He's saying, oh, Gaz, you got to go off. I'll take it. Lordo actually goes back. He's got the ball. And he starts to line up. Have a look at him. Wait for it. Lordo now starts to go back. Like he's going to line up.
It's the greatest mark of all time.
But you've got form in the polo shirt department because we thought we honestly thought you would have learned your lesson, Nathan. Clearly not.
It's coming up. That's not a great shot.
That's like one of those mirrors.
Yeah. That's unfair editing, that one. Can we just play that one more time? Have a look at Mike Tyson Barrett. Just one more time. Can we see Dave? Look at the pink.
It's like Ali on the ropes.
You have just had a crack at me and you are serving that rubbish up.
That was about 8 years ago. That's about 8 years
they made you push your belly out and then they got another photo with different light and then you go suck your belly in now.
Young Harry Armstrong. And there's all now. Well done.
I get goosebumps. I'm ready to come out. But then I see this.
Straight out, lads. There, baby. Oh, there, baby. Here we go. What a day for football.
Our leader, TJ, got involved again. I'm going to highlight, this is a charity beanie, TJ. A Dare to Hope charity beanie that you have used as a receptacle for this theft.
That is as low as it gets.
And you've kept the beanie.
It's back. So, on Vol Damo, he's rebranded his new show. It's basically Footy Classified reheated. You've got Good Call, Bad Call. That's now called The Spill. You've got The Closing Cook. That's The Swipe. Caro's Arrows, TJ. That's called Caro's Call. We're flattered, mate, but get your own material.
And The Kiss of Chomp, I'm bringing it back. So there is The Kiss of Chomp. And TJ called on May 25, and it's just been absolute free fall since July 11. Gold Coast lost 20, Fremantle 2, Brisbane.
Struggled against Richmond as well.
Struggled. So one game, one win in the last 6 weeks. So you have killed them like you killed West Coast.
Don't dare to dream, dare to do. Okay? It is a great day to make
And they started clapping because they wanted to come back.
Thank God he's finished. Who'd love to play the villain? Well, I'm saying that our villain here is Tony. Look at
evil man. Now look at this. It's just a social outing, mate. But you take
that's 2 weeks.
Right? These kids, they're probably still in school.
Oh, I got him again.
Right? And then you look at the kid over in the corner.
He's giving him one too.
There, yeah. And there it is. Where's my money? Where's my money?
And we're going to show that text message now.
We're showing text message Brownie.
What were a couple of the major talking points of the game? Got to do that game on the Sunday Footy Show tomorrow, and I'm going to be in the air.
Well, Kate, it's on now.
I have helped Kate out multiple times this year, and that is a genuine
Are you threatened by Nathan's hosting skills?
I am.
Do you really think you can hand feed whales off a pier?
I do.
Did you believe your dog could smell the difference between diesel and unleaded?
I do.
That'll be all, Tony. Thank you.
Hang on.
You've got to understand.
No.
Who your friends are in this business. It seems like I've got more friends.
Well, listen, Jack Cannon, I want you, I want Matt Conway, whoever is producing this rattle, get your backside down on the floor now. Right? I went in there in good faith, right, to actually sit there, and I've got the original copy here.
Are you saying that was an unfair edit?
Mate, that is a complete butcher job, that. I actually sent the unedited version, that crap that you just saw then, to our Director of Sport, Brent Williams, right? He knows for a fact.
It's just theatre, mate. It's just theatre, I think, mate.
Very good.
Oh, no. Got to know your friend zone.
I tell you, it's just about time, I reckon.
Oh.
Yes, it is just about time that we bring the curtain down on this season.
Time for a Palmer.
Yeah, I can't make it. I can't make it. I've got to go home because 4 o'clock today, it is the big one, the NRL. This will decide who's playing Melbourne Storm. Brent Williams wants me to do this. It's the Panthers versus the Broncos. I think we want to see the Broncos up against Storm, don't we?
Do we?
Yeah, I think so. Penrith have been there. This will be the 6th time in a row.
It'd be nice for them to get there and then lose to the Storm, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, all right. Thanks for that, Gus Gould. All right, so, hey, we've got a number of thank yous to make. Do you want to kick us off?
I do, the editors, and they're very good to me, the editors. Two Dogs, Luke Jackson, Terry Digby, who is brilliant with everything we do at the analysis, and my man, Connor Brady, otherwise known as the Assassin.
And the directors, Jen Fan, thank you very much. And Matt Wiedemann, who's directing today. Thanks, Matt. And our production assistants, Sophie and Tilly.
And the studio crew, Suad, Michael, John, et al. In EVS, Taylor and Jeremy in graphics, Paulie Bell and Nat, our floor managers, although I'm not sure Paulie was at his best today, TJ. Jonesy, Leanne Jones, our DA, Stuart Ackley, he's more than just your personal and professional wheeler, TJ. Anthony in socials, Kate and Leah in makeup and wardrobe, and also Kat and Nat in makeup, Rubes in wardrobe, and Jack and Nick in audio.
We've also got to thank Jess Webster, did an incredible job, and Isaac Smith for coming on and filling in on all those times that Nath had his holidays. Our floor crew and our camera operators, you're amazing. And to you, our loyal fans, whether you're a 12-year-old looking to be inspired by Lordo or you're just hung over on the couch, thank you very much.
That's our demographic, Rory. Yeah, good on you, mate. And
that's your best of the year. I like that.
You thought he was doing donations.
That's Fev. And Fev loves this show. That one was for you, Fev.
And to our producers, couldn't do it without you. We couldn't do it in spite of you, really. Matt Conway does a great job. Rick Lyon, Hannah Kuhar, thank you, Hannah. James Regan does a great job.
97 goals.
Yeah, but only 2 touches in the grand final.
And tagged Bont on Thursday night. I tell you what, Bont was in here. He was arm across him, big Bulldog supporter. It was embarrassing.
And last but certainly not least, to our producer, we drive him crazy, and he drives us a little crazy as well.
Very good.
Billy's boy, Jack Cannon. Jack, thank you for all that you do, mate. We really do appreciate it, and we'll show you just how much we appreciate it over at the pub later, because that's our audience. Apparently, just drunks on the couch on a Sunday morning. Good on you, Rory. No, to you, thank you very much, and we'll see you again. Well, certainly Damo, Rory, Lordo and myself. We'll see you again in 2026. Bye for now.